And we're now joined by Richard Curtis, screenwriter and director. Thank you so much for joining us here. You are being awarded with the LionHeart Award for Charities. What does that mean to you?
Well, it's mainly exciting because I used to love Robin Hood so much, and Richard Lionheart, you remember, used to come in at the end of those movies. So I'm quite excited to be Richard Coeur de Lion. But it's, you know, as a campaigner for issues of global justice and for the new global goals, I'm really sensing that this is the moment when business and advertising, which as it were is the flame that sets off the firework of business, really starts to engage with purpose-driven marketing and purpose-driven business. And I feel as though it's an absolutely catalytic moment. So it's very exciting for me as someone who believes that business is going to have to make the difference and change the world, because that's where the jobs come from, to be like, for the advertising industry to say that's a good thing to do.
This festival is all about creativity. How does creativity help you in promoting your charities, such as Comic Relief, Red Nose Day, Make Poverty History campaign, and the most recent one, the Everyone campaign?
Well, massively. Because the thing is, people know that other people's lives are hard, but you've got to try and focus their attention on different times and different ways to do it. So different charities focus on different things. Red Nose Day, which I do in America with NBC, is like a day when you can get kids and celebrities and raise a lot of money on one day. And Project Everyone, which is the one that I'm doing with the UN, is a way of marketing these amazing new sustainable development goals. But if you say the word sustainable development goals to an average 5-year-old or indeed a 50-year-old, they'll be puzzled. So, you know, we talk about the global goals and we've worked out gorgeous graphics for them and we're trying to make exciting films about them. So if you want to sell something worthy, you've probably got to be unworthy and fun and exciting and radical. I think it's a massive marketing opportunity, but also a massive marketing job.
Richard, you've praised some of the businesses this year, some of them which are present here, the likes of Unilever and, of course, Diageo, and they've been promoting the greater good, the social good, through their advertising campaigns. And I wonder, to what extent is it self-serving? Because the ads themselves, they cost a fortune to make. Wouldn't that be better spent on the actual social good?
No, I don't think it would. I mean, when we do Red Nose Day, we spend a lot making the TV program. You could say, well, why don't you spend that $1 million on giving the money away? But the TV program raises a lot more than $1 million. So I think that it is really important not to treat charity as the kind of poor relation where you just hand some crumbs off the table, to actually make it the center of business and to say to people that actually the things that we're fighting for that to do with social justice are central to our business. Buy our product because it's central to our business means that people who do good will eventually start to do good business as well. So I think it's a very important part. If you took the advertising out of it, then it goes straight back to being just CSR and a little thing that people do rather than central to their business.
The UK has gone through a really tough time with a number of terrorist attacks, the Grenfell Tower fire. Do you feel as a society the UK has really come together and rallied around the good cause? Are you proud of what you're seeing?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that there are certain sort of catalytic moments. And I do think that one of the things that's, emerged is people's sense, particularly in the fire, of a kind of gap between rich and poor and certain central inequalities. And that's the thing that I'm always fighting for, is to try and rectify those things. And one of the important things about the global goals that we're fighting for here with my little badge is the first thing President Obama said about them in the UN was, I'm going to make sure these apply to America. It's not just, poor countries far away that have problems with cholera. It's actually to do with social justice in our own countries. And I think that's, a really important thing that we all have to be aware of as we head towards 2030. We're not just talking about famine and malaria. We're actually talking about real equality, real injustice, real climate change and stuff like that.
Is achieving the greater good still possible when a country is deeply divided, as we're seeing in the US because of politics, but maybe also increasingly also in the UK because of the hung parliament that we're looking at, the question of Brexit, soft versus hard Brexit? Do you think people can still reunite around a good cause despite all the side, the distractions?
I don't think there's any other alternative, actually. I think that's what the Grenfell Tower proved, that actually the community came together absolutely instantly. So I think that we're all fighting for a world where there's more social justice, which means these things will happen less. So, and my experience of Red Nose Day and my experience of the level of support here for the global goals is that, in fact, when you open the door to doing the right thing, millions of people come through that door. And by the way, on the business side, there's this brilliant thing called, I think, Better Business for a Better World. And they've done by a lot of important business leaders. And they say that the global goals are a $13 trillion business profit opportunity, not just a bit of do-gooding.
What can we expect from you creatively in the future? Another big movie, more sequels, similar to the Love Actually sequel?
Look, I'm doing a few things. I'm writing a new movie for Universal now, and we're doing Red Nose Day again, and maybe we'll do it globally. Then I'm working all the time on Project Everyone, because every year counts, because we've got now 13 years when we're meant to be ending extreme poverty, fighting climate change, ending injustice. So that's the reason I'm here and the thing that I'm working hardest for now.
The genre for the movie, can you give anything away?
Both music and love, and a person who's had his teeth knocked out in a car accident will be involved.
We can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I think it'll be good on the poster, just a person with no teeth.
Richard, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.